A1 Elite Club. Hope you're doing amazing. This is just your coach Sean here. In this video, I'm just going to go through your nutrition plan and how to go about, using, the plan I provided you with to the best of your ability to make sure that you're getting literally the best results inside of this program. So I'm just going to share my screen and then I'm just going to take you through it. And basically just if anyone has any questions after, you can just pop them in the comments. So, okay. So guys, first off, like as I've already said to you before in other videos, if you're just checking this out, welcome to the A1 Elite Club. Okay, so I'm your coach Sean, and today I'm going to be going through your nutrition plan that you've got from me inside of your Trainerize app. All right, and you should have seen in another video how you can access the Trainerize app and into your nutrition plan. So that's now what I'm going to take you through. So I don't do things like what we've probably heard from everyone else. All right. So when I was going through my own weight loss journey, I did not want to count calories. I did not want to do keto. I did not want to, do all these other crazy fad diets. I just wanted to learn how to eat better. And I knew that obviously from looking into research and like researching it, that literally food is fuel. So if we're not having the right amount of food, we're not fueling our body correctly. End of. And if we want to lose weight, all it comes down to is the amount of energy that we're putting in versus the amount of energy that we're putting out. All right, and energy are calories. So you're not gonna count calories inside of this program, all right, but you're gonna track your portions because really it all comes down to how much you're actually putting in your body and how much you're burning. So in this nutrition guide that each of you have, it's really, really simple to use, and it's also going to, as well as just break down the portions that you should be having each day and each week, is going to provide you with a tracking sheet, which as part of your weekly check-in, you provide a picture of that to me via your private coaching channel in WhatsApp. You send that to me, as well as your weekly check-in form that I send you, and I make sure to give you feedback up before the next week starts in order to make sure that you're set up for the week ahead. So let's go through this, guys. All right. So really how you use this guide. Okay. So you're going to get started today. If you're already seeing this video, you've already come into the program and you're more than likely already started with doing everything already. So get started on this today. You're going to eat the right amount of food at every meal. All right. That's what you're going to do. Then you're going to easily judge the portion sizes that are right for your body and your goals. Okay. You're going to choose foods based on your eating preferences. I can provide you, of course, with, meal plans and shopping lists and all that type of stuff. But really, you can choose the foods that you eat. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're sticking to more whole foods, aka less processed and away from, the refined, highly processed stuff, you're golden, basically. All right. So if you're doing that and you're following the portion tracking sheet, you're going to hit your goals in no time. So you're also going to track your food intake and stay consistent, as I already just said. Then you're going to build your daily menu. You can use the sample meal ideas that are here in this plan, or as I said, I've sent to you in your welcome email a range of different recipes that you can use, as well as shopping lists for those recipes and for the weeks ahead as well. If you prefer to do that, that's absolutely fine, and I would encourage you to, because it's nice to try out new recipes. It's nice to have variety. Do you know what I mean? I know for me that it was like a massive thing, like learning how to cook different things was a massive, part of my journey. So, definitely something, guys, that I think you could all incorporate here. And as I say, this is going to be completely different from what you've used before. We're all used to the calorie tracking and checking your macros and all that type of stuff. This is going to be down to what I believe to work and what I know works from, the time that I've been coaching and through my own coaching fitness journey. And let's keep on going through. So first off, guys, go at your own pace with this. All right. So I wanted to be completely clear on this by the end of the first couple of weeks with me. And if you have any questions in the meantime, reach out to me one-to-one. Put any questions in the Facebook group that other members that are also on their own journey can help you answer as well. And it's, really just sort of a go at your own pace. But obviously, the quicker you can implement this, the quicker you will get the results. So don't overthink it, guys. All right. Like, we have a massive habit of sort of thinking that we must eat this, we must not eat that. Oh, should I have bread? Oh, should I not eat this at this time of day? Like, forget all these things, as hard as that may be for you to hear. Like, these are just things that the weight loss industry have believed us to be true, and they're not. All it comes down is energy in versus energy out when it comes to weight loss. Keep this guide handy, obviously, print it out. You have a copy of it in your app as well. I want you to print it out, and I want you to make sure that you have a couple of copies of the portion tracking sheet, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes, actually, physically print it out so that you can take a picture each week during the program and you can send it to me. Okay, so this is just an example. This won't be the exact ones that you have, because I've obviously customized, the nutrition plan for you. So this, guys, is just an example for you just to check out. So as you can see in this one, all right, so there's 5 palm-sized portions or 154 grams of protein per day. All right, so we're measuring it by hand size. So you have your protein, which is measured by palms. You have your veggies, which is measured by fists. You have your carbohydrates, which is measured by cupped handfuls. And then you have your healthy fats, which is measured by a thumb size. Okay, so with this, guys, you need to be making sure that these are when you're serving. So for example, if I'm making like a big chili or something, I have some veg in it, estimate the amount of protein that you have in one when you're spooning it out, and then obviously the amount of veggies as well. Or if it's like veggies and stuff like that, you can measure it as it's going in. That's usually what I do. And then you know that you're getting the right amount of veggies in throughout that whole dish that you've just created. And in the protein as well, that might be a little bit harder to measure by palm sizes going in. So just if you're having stuff like steak, chicken, tofu, all that's cooked separately, it's a lot easier to measure. Obviously, estimate by the hand size of your palm, or by the palm size of what that actually is going to be. And look, you can weigh it if you want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fine. But getting this right 80% of the time is going to get you the results. All right. So just, again, don't overthink it. Enjoy it. Enjoy your food. And there's other habits that you're going to be focusing on as well that will, encourage you to, lose weight as well. So don't be too strict on yourself with this. Okay. But as I say, 80% of the time, if you're sticking to this, guys, you're going to get results. So as you can see here in this other one, 4 to 6 fist-sized portions of veggies, 7 carbs, and 8 healthy fats. So I've already gave you some examples of protein. All right, so you got your chicken, you got your steak. If we're plant-based or vegan, you have your, eggs. Obviously, if you're plant-based, you have your tofu. If you're vegan, your tempeh. You got Greek yogurt as well. If you're having dairy, or if you're dairy-free, obviously forget that one. And then you have lots of different veggies, obviously, guys. There's examples of some here. Don't need to tell you it's there. But with the vegetables, guys, right, I might talk about it a little bit further. Like, eat as many vegetables as you possibly like as you want. Do you know what I mean? You can't overdose on vegetables. So you're sweet. So down into the handfuls of carbohydrates, guys, as I mentioned, it's 7 cupped handfuls. Okay. So obviously you got your beans, you got your, fruits and stuff like your blueberries, your apples, your bananas, you got your oats, beans, and when you're plant-based or when you're vegan will be protein, but you can talk about that, if you have those special dietary requirements, you can talk about that personally with me and I can provide you with a different type of plan. Really, really easy for me to do. And then at the bottom of this page, guys, as well as obviously explaining the thumb size of healthy fats, which include your oil, your nuts, your seeds, and avocado, it gives you the total amount of calories that you see there. So if you are a stickler for wanting to count the calories, as I say, I don't encourage you to, because I find this gets really stressful for a lot of people. But if you really want to do it, talk to me about getting MyFitnessPal set up, and we can obviously track your calories through that as well, or we can track it through Trainerize. So as I say, it gives you some meal plans. This particular one is for vegetarians, so it's giving you some ideas there if you want to just looking for some inspiration on that. And I'd encourage you to have a read through this, guys, about that, obviously the basics of macronutrients and portion sizing. But really the most important thing you need to know, as I say, have a look at this in more detail, is you're obviously tracking your portion sizes, all right, making sure you're sticking to that as much as possible, or without overthinking it, without stressing about it. But the most important macronutrient for you to get right is protein. Okay, protein. And that can be obviously from wherever you're getting it from. As I say, if you have a vegan or plant-based diet, absolutely fine. Your coach will discuss that with you, of different protein sources there. And obviously, guys, if we're just, basic sort of carnivore, you got your fish, your meat, your chicken, all that sort of stuff. And make sure to be getting lean protein. like lean chicken, like not really fatty sort of red meats and all that sort of stuff, guys. You know, the leaner the better. All right, the leaner the better. I'm going to be discussing more about sort of, you know, nutritional labels and stuff like that as well. But really, as you already heard me talk about, in order to be getting the best results alongside tracking your portions is following a whole foods diet. Okay, so nutrition, guys, is literally the main difference between weight loss results or not. You can go and do all these crazy things, you know, workout wise and stuff, but if you don't have your nutrition right, your body's not going to feel good on the inside. So you really have to get that completely right. And in order for that to happen, we need to be eating less processed foods and more whole foods, aka food in their wholest form, like your vegetables, like all the stuff you see around the outskirts of most of the shopping like centers and or like supermarkets basically. That is all whole food stuff. When you start getting into the processed stuff, which I will teach you more about in a further video, basically when I say processed, I talk about stuff that has lots of different ingredients, has lots of different additives, preservatives, all that sort of stuff, guys, like weird, going well away from what our body needs. So we should just be keeping to whole foods, you know, making sure our main macronutrients are tracked, which is what we're doing here, and focusing on protein and portion sizes. So have a read of that, guys. All right, but yeah, as we can see, it just further breaks down, you know, guesstimate of, like, if you're looking at it, the protein, the vegetable size, and the carbs, etc. And why this handy, you know, why this handy portion measuring system works well, guys, is so many different reasons. Okay, so literally for myself, obviously, as I said, I found it really, really stressful when I was counting calories and macros and all that sort of stuff. I just didn't want to do it. So the thing is with hand portion, guys, right, is they're super portable, obviously, because they're attached to us. All right, we don't need to worry about scales. We don't need to worry about measuring cups and worry about all that sort of stuff. You know, they go everywhere with you, like wherever you're going. If you're going out for lunch, out for dinner, meeting with mates, you know, going over to a relative's house, absolutely fine. And again, hands are a consistent size, as you can see here. So this provides a consistent portion reference. And the main thing is that they're proportional to the individual. Okay, so we might find that, you know, if you're a woman and you obviously have a partner, that you might be having the same amount of foods as your partner. But now that you have this, you know, portion size tracking guide, you'll actually see that there's quite a big difference between the amount that men should be eating and the amount that women should be eating. And again, it's in proportion. Everything is in proportion to the individual. So obviously women have most of the time smaller hands than men. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. And that's just basically the way I like to think about it. Do you know what I mean? If we're getting too much foods, we most likely are, and we just use our hands as a, you know, guide, and we're winning. Really, really winning. So obviously, you know, it gives the macronutrient content of each thing as well. So for protein, 1 pound of protein, all right, you got 20 to 30 grams. And that's obviously, you know, your 3 to 4 ounces of cooked meat, tofu, etc., whole eggs, as I said already, Greek yogurt. Then one cup Tamble is the same, 20 to 30 grams, again cooked. And then fats, obviously, you got your one thumb, which is 7 to 12. Okay. And as I say, guys, it's just super easy to follow. All right, so just to track on down here to one of the main parts. This is your daily portion tracking sheet. So this is basically going to give you a breakdown of all of the different foods that you should be having in a day, the macronutrients. So it has the amount of protein, the amount of carbs, the amount of veggies, and the amount of fats. Okay, so main thing, really, really important thing to point out here, guys. I like to think of vegetables as a free food. If you can get in lots of protein, hit your count every day, and lots of vegetables, you're doing amazing. Carbs. So carbs are obviously, you know, your rice, potatoes, like your fruit, really important as well, guys. Fruit are carbs, all right? So whereas vegetables are just in their own category, fruit is carbs. You know, they have natural sweeteners and other sort of starchy stuff in them as well. So you need to make sure that you're counting them as carbohydrates. Really important that you do that. And then obviously you got your fats as well. So with choosing foods, all right, again, have a good look through this, guys. All right, this is really, really important if you're thinking, well, what's the main sort of source of protein, or what's the main sort of source of carb? Like, look through this, guys, and this will answer all of your questions. Okay, takes you through everything here. And the way that this guide works is you want to be sticking to stuff on the left and sticking away from, as much as possible, sticking on the right. Okay, it's like a traffic light system. So go towards green, stay away from red. If you're eating in the middle sometimes, absolutely amazing. You can still eat stuff from the red, guys, like that's fine, but I wouldn't be doing it too often because really, as I say, it's highly processed, it's high in fat. There's not much nutritional benefit to it for our bodies. So we need to be sticking to as close to the green as possible and whole foods all the way. So down here again, guys, gives you a list of vegetables that you can, you know, go into, like depending on what country you're in, there might be different vegetables that you like or that are available to you. Absolutely amazing. Eat as many as you possibly can. And then if you want to adjust anything, guys, you can do it yourself, yes, but I would recommend that you contact your coach, okay, whether it's me or whether it's anyone else. So yeah, that's really it. So if you're that just gives you some more details about adjusting and moving towards your goals. So yeah, literally, guys, a healthy, fit body, all right, isn't just about food and exercise. Okay, I've mentioned that nutrition is so important alongside exercise, obviously, but the main thing is that it's about our mindset and it's how we think and how we feel. Like, is literally the most important thing on a daily basis. So imagine your perfect day. Okay, imagine you've succeeded, you've gotten everything you wanted. What's happening, right? What are you doing? What's around you? What's better? Now, if you could just do a tiny bit of that perfect day today, you're ahead of most people. You're winning. So this could be as simple as spending, 30 seconds doing a little extra work towards your goals, or taking up a picture of and like tacking up a picture of what your perfect day looks like is super important as well. Having your goals right in front of you is just really, really important. And always be focusing on moving forward, all right, and moving toward what you want. Always. Okay, so there's going to be plenty of things that may get in your way, guys, whether it's your work schedule, your family life, other roadblocks that you might come in your way, but always, have your goals in mind and have your why embedded in your head at all times. Okay, and have that, we'll be talking about a little bit further, a winner's mindset turned on at all times, guys, and you're going to succeed. If you follow this, all right, portion tracking guide, you follow what I'm saying inside of the program, you engage with as many things as you possibly can, engage with everyone else, share your wins, ask as many questions as possible, guys. You're going to see amazing results inside of this program. I literally can't wait to coach each and every single one of you towards amazing results. All right, so that's it for today's video, guys. As I say, this is just a quick rundown of everything that you should be focusing on for your nutrition. And if you have any questions about it at all, let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.